Hello and welcome to Chiron. You found the YouTube companion for astrochiron.com, which is a one-stop shop for all things astrology through the lens of Black and queer pop culture. If you've been around, I want to thank you for your views, whether it be from the Ascendant series or any of the standalone videos I've done thus far. The Sun submits to all the boundaries imposed upon him in Capricorn. You guys have never met a goal you aren't willing to go after, as your ambition is nearly limitless when you're in a good mental state. Often misunderstood, if not outright disliked, you natives are no strangers to adversity. In fact, it seems to fuel you. You prefer to use your pitfalls as hand and footholds, allowing you to climb to the top of whatever structure you find yourself on. First, we'll start with Capricorn's expression through masculine features. These natives have some of the lowest brows I've seen while doing these videos. I'll show you guys the Capricorn brow picture again, which is more of an earth sign brow really, but Capricorn is the most notable. These brows sit over sad eyes. Sad does sound more like a subjective observation than an objective fact, but there is certainly something in each of their eyes that look as if they've seen far more than their years would suggest. This is most prominent in Max and Dominic's eyes. They have large, broad foreheads which fit in with their heavier brow and smaller eyes. Overall, this makes for something of a compact face with a strong nose at the center. To balance out these darker and heavier features, these natives tend to have soft cheeks and a rounded chin, which makes it even more jarring when their solemn faces light up with a smile. As for the women, their long, delicate noses with skinny nose bridges add an angularity to their faces that is only matched in the jawlines and eyebrows of their masculine counterparts. These match their thin, long brows, which can especially be seen for Miss Tina and Aaliyah. They have low-set cheekbones, which draws a great deal of attention to their soulful, mellow eyes. Even Tiffany looks like the picture of calmness when she's ripping into people's psyches. Their larger mouths fit their longer features, ultimately adding up to these natives having larger faces, which sit under their rounded foreheads. This video is brought to you by me. I am the astrologer behind astrochiron.com, the one-stop shop for all astrological readings, articles, horoscopes, and art. I have a free ask feature that you can use for quick questions that I will respond to via blog post. Readings range from $25 to $200, whether you want 3 questions answered in detail, all the way to a thorough hour-long or more reading for me personally via phone or video chat, discussing your entire natal chart, the aspects within it, and each planet's placement. The first 20 subscribers to this channel will gain access to all 20 plus written and live readings at a 40% off discount. Again, that's astrochiron.com, ASTRO-CHIRON.com. Don't forget the hyphen and join our community today. The sun represents the identities we take on in life and the roles we cast ourselves in. The sun is the you that you can't help but to express. With the sun in Capricorn, these natives, or us natives rather, since I am a Capricorn Sun, exude a level of ephemeral energy that is hard to explain. So it's gonna sound like I'm patting myself on the back here, but I promise, just stick with me. In individuals like Mac, Aaliyah, and Naya, it plays out in their lives which ended far too soon after they began. In natives like Miss Tina, Kevin, and New York, I feel like this comes out in their regality and the air of respect they demand just by walking into a room. It's hard to grasp the gravity of them, and once they leave, it's hard to remember exactly what they were like. For Capricorn Suns, their careers start quite young, but may end early. On the other hand, they may begin late and then they'll have great longevity. As mentioned before, Naya, Mac, and Aaliyah started their careers at very, very young ages for their respective crafts, and their lives ended earlier than the laws of nature tend to stick to. Then there's Costner, who began acting at 23, which is actually quite old for an actor. That said, he is still booking and creating roles at age 70. Tina Knowles was a successful hairdresser, but her career as a celebrity stylist came with her daughter's fame, well into Miss Tina's 30s. She now has a world-renowned hair care line in her golden age. Capricorn Suns are outspoken, especially about injustice. I can think of an instance when every single one of these natives on the screen had been a mouthpiece for some issue. Just for example, Miss Tina has always been outspoken, even to her detriment in her youth. She was disliked by her teachers and got in trouble with her family, mostly because she spoke her mind. Kevin Costner, someone with obviously conservative values, and that's non-capitalized conservative, switched political parties in the 90s. He advocated for Whitney Houston to play the lead in The Bodyguard and was vocal about how Whitney's race shouldn't affect the way others experience the movie. Even his character on Yellowstone is a lot more personally outspoken about matters that most land-owning white men would be silent about. And finally, Tiffany is known for her reads and ability to make a very concise point in the funniest way possible. As a final point, All these natives seem to be purposefully avoiding the fame. Bryson's career is the most indicative of this fact, as his release schedule is much spottier than the typical music career. Kevin Costner was known for staying away from the celebrity party scene and lives on a ranch. He does have a beach house, of course, but you never really hear about him socially like his peers in age, actors like Bruce Willis and Billy Bob Thornton, and actress Whoopi Goldberg. Finally, and more sadly, Max cited his fame as a major factor in his depression. I don't want to dwell on it much, but all of these people who are no longer with us, only Naya's fate wasn't dependent on her fame and career in the spotlight. Capricorn Suns are that friend who is always at work. They're not at the club unless they work there. They're not at the function unless they threw it. They're not out on a stroll unless it's to work out. Everything is a means to an end for these natives, even your relationship with them. Now, they're not using you, per se, but they certainly don't acquaint themselves with the useless. I want to thank you all for watching this video, and a special huge thanks for watching it until the end. Okay, so I'm gonna rant really quick. It was super fucking difficult for me to find Capricorn men to do this thing on. I mean, we have people like R. Kelly, and I don't even want to go down the list of deplorable people that I had to wade through in order to find these men. Like, I tried to do people who are topical to right now, and that typically, unfortunately, is not older people. But Kevin Costner has Yellowstone, which just went off air, so I think that, like, was fine. And even, like, for the women, Miss Tina, like, she's older than I would usually put on this list, but she just had her memoir come out, so she is a little bit more topical. But, like, Jesus, dude, I could not find anyone to put on this list. Me and my husband went down. I use astrotheme.com. I guess that's a plug for them, to like go through celebrity stuff. And if I've ever had someone's rising sign wrong, which I think that's coming up in Pisces, we're gonna see that's the site I use. So they update regularly, and when there's new information out, they update. Yeah, I couldn't find any Capricorn men. I don't know if we suck or if we just don't, like I said in the video, that we just kind of avoid fame. I think that might be it. Maybe lots of Capricorn men are like powerful and successful, but we're not in the spotlight, I guess. But yeah, it just took me forever. Just wanted to talk about that and muse on it. Capricorn Sun was the last cardinal sign and the last earth sign, so we will soon meet the end of the zodiac. Before then, comment below what you guys want to see from this channel and contact me at ac@astro-chiron.com for your 40% off discount on a reading. That discount is actually still going for my subscribers. It has not been depleted yet, so feel free to utilize it. Thank you guys, and much love.